We're live. We are live. 15th of October. Bonjour. Did not expect to be on today. Today was going to be a chill and relaxing day. Just going to had my message prep to send you guys. There's going to be no live today. No live today. May actually push that no live for next Sunday, actually, just FYI. But something came up so incredible. Late last night, ran across my feed. I'm going through, enjoying a nice, relaxing Saturday. Something comes on my feed. I was so riled up. Had to come on and talk about it. So it's not gonna be a long live. I say this all the time. It ends up being 2 hours, but it really is not. We're really not trying to, it was not updates in terms of what's happening with the canal, what's happening with Kenya, and not much movement. I'll share a few sentences here and there, right, about what's happening, and some updates from those lanes. A few other things we'll talk about in the headlines, but relatively from week to week, a relatively calm situation here in Haiti. But this thing that we're going to talk about has me riled up. I need you to stay tuned to figure out what that is. Per usual, a one-man show here on Sunday, so we're going to go ahead and get some stuff ready in the background here. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Go ahead and share the live. Go ahead, share the live. Get some folks in. Grab your popcorn. I'm riled up. Something has me riled up. We're going to talk about when I get back. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. 15th of October here, and my goodness, it's great to have another week. We're out here fighting for what we believe, fighting for a better condition in Haiti. And however you guys are doing, we got folks who are watching and attacking from the educational realm. We got folks who are watching it or attacking it from the medical realm. We got folks who are attacking with political aspirations. I want to, and other folks like our good friend Video Payee here, who's doing fantastic media. Good to have you in the channel, Video Payee. A lot of respect. Who are in the media realm and doing fantastic things. So good morning, folks. Good morning. And I, don't be shy. We got Nate L in the house. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Happy to have everyone come in, have a seat. We have a conversation to have. I'm riled up. This morning, man. I'm riled up. You'll see why very soon. Why I'm riled up very soon. We got a very first topic we'll talk about. We'll share a screen. We'll play the video, and you'll see why I'm so riled up. But per usual, let's just run through the first top of the hour stuff so we can jump right into the content. Et puis, c'est d'accord, je nous connais, puis le respect pour l'anglais là, m'bavle au monde qui pas kon nous-mêmes, pas kon communauté, pas kon moi-même, parce que ma parle en langue étrangère, c'est que moi j'ai plus valeur de l'autre langue ça, simplement langage sont utilisés. Même gens comme marteau, et même gens comme pelle, faut utiliser le pour faire travail là. Le travail qu'on a fait là, c'est un travail qu'on a essayé d'expliquer Haïti, non gens que le monde entier a plus bien compris nous. Et parce que nous comme qui grandit l'autre bord, c'est juste des informations que vous gagnez sur le pays nous. C'est parce que vous va grandir dans la culture. C'est CNN, c'est Fox. Et c'est Vice, c'est Miami Herald. Seul bail ça a cherché c'est zin, je peux tailler. Bah qui pi mal là. Et tout nous va là pour cacher ça. Tout. Parce qu'on comprend bah y a un monde qui bien suivre nous qui dit que c'est que nous pas mettre aspect ça visible. Même cas de considération par nous c'est que compréhension ça c'est un et tout. Et on préférence pour des mouns et pour des vents, pour des entreprises, pour les OG qui a avancé nous main à main pour nous vivre plus bien côté. C'est pas seulement nous construire là. Et c'est pour toute raison ça je nous construire sur votre bagage, je nous partage l'information et des informations culturelles, des explications. C'est la raison que nous faisons nos langages internationaux. Et en plus, nous prenons base sur business. Et business, je nous connaissais un bagage qui fait un langage, en langue très spécifique. Langue là, c'est anglais. Et c'est la raison. Encore, plus de respect pour le langage, nous. Et j'aime dire, nous là, même jour côté nous avons qui a fait ça en anglais, bien content. Et faire mission à 100% Creole. Okay. Per usual, just want to give a quick explanation why we do it in English and nothing but love and respect for Creole, but we just got different mission. We're trying to explain things, on a grander scope, right? And which is why we do it in English, right? But nothing but love and respect for Creole, right? And I think we did do it one episode where we actually did the whole thing in Creole, actually. It was pretty fun. And we may want to do it every few months, drop the Creole, per usual, Simple Haitian brand. Everything you see behind me here, from the John, from the, I did promise I can keep a battery so I can just pull up a little easier without having anyone in the back. But the John, the rice, the boule chocolat, you have access to all that online. I did go ahead and drop the link, so you can see not only those brands but everything we sell. We got Reebok. We got a new shipment of Reebok coffee that I just went ahead and sent out to Amazon. We got Lalo, fantastic quality Lalo directly from SeeJeanty Valley that we're selling online right now. It's doing fantastic, right? So do ensure that you check that out, right? That link, and of course everything you purchase is going to support producers, farmers, agricultural workers in Haiti, right? The book that you see behind me here, 101 Ways to Make Money in Haiti, you'll find that at SeeJeanty.com/shop, in addition to a few other links there too. Per usual, you know, a lot of the things we've learned since being out here in the trenches for 5 years, it can be found in that book. Either your questions that you're DMing me and you're trying to have a chit chat with me, chances are it's in that book. Do check that out. I wrote that book specifically because I knew that I don't like to repeat myself. So having it as a resource right there, putting out, and then you guys can read at your leisure, is why that book is there. It ain't for me to make money. It ain't for me to upsell you anything. It's literally all in there, right? So go at it. The private WhatsApp group, it's a space, it's a Patreon that provides the community here an opportunity to give back a little. Let's call it a tip jar, a monthly tip jar that gives us the resources to do incredible content. Very similar to the ones we've done recently, where I had a chance to just sit in the studio space and break down content. I don't edit it. We have a full-time videographer who edits it. And it's those sort of contributions that go to paying salary, for example, right? So do consider joining. And of course, you will join a community of 30, 40 of some of the smartest, well-versed folks I've had a chance to meet. And we're all in there. We're all supporting each other. We're all chatting. So do consider joining. I look forward to seeing you in there. And hyperdistribution.com, of course, that is the entity that's doing a lot of the really interesting stuff. It's a community-founded entity that is bringing stuff by the container load every month. Do check it out. See what products you may be interested in becoming a wholesaler of. And if you have something going on in Haiti in the agricultural realm, let us know. This coming year in 2024, we're looking to really finally, get our roots into the domestic market, get some domestic activity going. And we're interested to see where it can go. So if you're doing something fantastic, reach out, drop a contact. So what has me riled up? I am riled up. What has me riled up? And I want to say hello to the Dodard. What's up? Good morning. We got Johnny Blaze in the house. Go Fund Haiti. GoFundHaiti.com. Fantastic site. Go check that website out. We have Go Fund Haiti in the house. We got Joe Dagger, Sophia in the house. Clad 14 Respect, doing great things up in the northwest of Haiti. Respect to you, brother. Happy to have you in the channel. We got Johnny Blaze, mentioned previously. We out here. And yes, we sell ground coffee. The Rebo that we sell. We also sell another brand called Cafe Lux from Jacmel. And it's actually one of the first coffees we're selling, and still does fantastic, still tastes fantastic. So check it out. The link I provided, you'll be able to get both coffees that are available for purchase online. So what has me riled up, right? And I'm gonna just go ahead and get this screen shared. Before I do, I just need to preface this to say there's a way for you to come back to Haiti. Okay, there's a way, and we've talked about it here. Let me show the video. We'll watch it in full, okay? And I may pause here and there, maybe not. I mean, just let it go. I don't know. It depends on how infuriated I feel at particular points. It's a relatively short video. It's 2, maybe 3 minutes, and then once it's done, we'll come back. Okay.
Pour me rester Haïti, pour me chercher un moyen pour me aider Haïti, pour me ouais Haïti grandir, pour me grandir avec Haïti, pour ouais en l'autre Haïti.
Qu'est-ce qui passé?
Sorti États-Unis, m'pas mais t'ai gen envie, m't'a marché via, mais visa c'est pas vie qui n'a soit, li empêché fait artiste moi m'pa ka écrire livre besoin écrire m'pa ka peinturer que j'aime ka peinturer m'pa ka écrire chanter faire artisan j'aime capable faire Haïti je pense si moi j'étais Haïti grandi avec Haïti m'ta pas aider en façon c'est un monde
actually because it's in Creole I'll pause right there. And so what she's saying, so what's going on? And so she's saying she wants to help Haiti. She wants to help Haiti. She's an artist, right? And by the way, just give us some context. Where is she? She's in a radio station, Radio Tele Caribe. All right. This station, by the way, this segment, just for the folks who don't know, it's a relatively popular segment where they invite folks from the community, wherever walks of life, okay, and they come and tell what their needs are, and the intention is that people listening will help, will send, and typically very common, you have kids, looking for some money just for food that night. You have folks who are looking for work. You have folks who are looking for school to get their school fees taken care of. Very recently there was a very popular segment that blew up where some guy was saying his passport was stolen from a woman during an overnight. Come to find out that the woman was pregnant, and actually it was nothing but a lie from the guy who was just mad because the woman was pregnant. Anyways, that was a whole scandal, if y'all remember that that crazy period. But this is a segment where folks come on. So what this young lady is doing is she's from the diaspora. We'll learn a little more about her. And she has come to the radio station to ask, right? Let's keep playing it.
C'est moi gain intelligence moi gain idée pour aider Haïti gain pile bagay moi me paré mais
so taper aider Haïti fait là pile bagay qui ça
moi gain idée construction Jean Haïti yekounia gain trop accident les machines à move ka travailler avec un plan ou aider.
So they asked, so what can you do to help Haiti? And her response is, well, there's a lot of traffic accidents in Haiti. And so maybe I can work on plans. Okay. You're probably thinking, hey, what's her academic background for her to be doing such suggestions? We'll get to that. She talks about it.
Aider un monde qui connaît passé pour aider bagay la terre, le gloire qui besoin nettoyer, fatra qui ou ka utiliser pour un autre bagay comme pour face au fio. Oui.
Ça apprendre même.
Ça m'apprend dans la vie.
Oui.
Dans les États-Unis, moi entrer dans criminal justice.
All right, stop right there. So she was saying she can help with plans, with the traffic. She can help with somebody mentioned fossil fuels, something about, I guess, how we manage fossil fuels in Haiti. And then they asked her the very obvious next question. So what is your background, right? What do you go to school for? You expect to hear engineering, civil engineering, architecture, city management, right? Something like that is in the domain of what she just suggested she could help out with. She says, criminal justice. Let's continue.
La loi, mais moi pas vle rete dans États-Unis pour ça.
Tu vas tout à États-Unis.
Brooklyn, New York.
You l'ont fait?
Oui, I was born in Queens, raised in Brooklyn.
Queens in the house. New York, where you at? I know New York is loving. They love to say, "Yo, I'm from New York." I'm looking at my chat right now. Ain't no New York. Where New York at? Where New York at? Come on now. I got to see one New York. You got your homegirl representing you right now, right? Where New York? Nobody. Oh, come on, really? Nobody? Okay, all right, fine. Let's keep playing. Fine.
Good maman.
Brooklyn.
Good papa.
Li mouri.
Qui est sous en Haïti?
M'pa gen personne, moun seulement gen maman. Moi le jodia, li pa konnen, li pa dim li konnen Haïti.
Il va connaître Haïti?
Li pa konnen mais.
Pour qui ça vient?
Let's pause right there. She says she has only her mother. Father passed away by the sounds of it. And didn't tell her mom, that she was in Haiti. It's actually pretty common for most folks coming to Haiti for the first time. Not to tell their folks because we'll get to that complexity in this conversation very soon. But she has nobody, which is the most important thing to get from this, is that she has apparently, per what she's saying, no cousins, no auxiliary friends of the family. Let's continue.
Ni Haiti son pas deal.
Parce que l'État pas empêché venir.
Ben là vini koto yé, koto
Moi sous pied. Pas gen côté pour me rete, m'a pas essayer chercher moun qui ka aider, mais m'pa vle.
So they asked her where she's staying. And she says, right now she's at a hotel. I can only assume she has some small savings of which she's using to stay at this hotel, but otherwise she has no place to live. She doesn't have a home. By the sounds of it, made no plans to get a home. And so she's asking for someone to assist her with her living situation, in addition to some other things she's asking.
Et n'importe moun vle moun qui ka aider en façon pour moi la bien pour Haïti.
Non, mais écoute, ou vini ou pas gagner non, pas vrai?
Non.
Ou pas même ni côté pour été.
Non.
Again, they're confirming, the radio host is confirming. So you came here, you have nothing in your hands. In your hands is this expression to sort of say, you don't have any real funds, right? Then actually you don't even have a place to live, correct? So they're confirming that she literally has nothing and had no plans. Okay, let's continue.
Comment on va aller d'Haïti?
Avec un monde qui connaît plus bien passé.
Aïe.
Qui va te dormir?
It's the aïe for me. I have a point to all this, by the way, guys. I have a much important conversation we're gonna have, but we gotta sit through and watch this. It's the aïe for me, man. You gotta understand when the Haitian man says that, the way they say in the silence, it's just it's incredible. They can't believe what they see and what's going on in front of them right now, right? The Haitian diaspora coming to Haiti, and the lack of anything to even have a remote chance of being able to not just impact, but just live. Like, how? Okay, let's keep playing.
Hier soir, dormi dans hôtel.
Ou gen mari?
Non.
Ou gen visite?
Non.
Quel âge?
30 ans.
30 years old. No kids, no wife. Husband, sorry. No kids, no husband. And she's 30 years old.
Pas songer. M'pa connaît.
M'pa fin comprendre. Bah là.
Ou di mi on bat là.
Oui, parce que là, ou décide de venir d'Haïti, pas vrai?
Avec moun Kenya yo, avec l'autre moun y a voyé
pour faire élection.
So she believes, apparently, what's a thing that motivated her to pull the trigger was the announcement of Kenya coming to Haiti.
Pourquoi il vient avant? Haïtien ou pas naturalisé?
Moi j'étais né dans les États-Unis, même j'étais bébé, j'étais venu à Haïti pour 5 ans et puis je retourné à Haïti, retourné aux États-Unis pour aller à l'école. Je suis pas né dans Haïti, mais
qui passeport gain?
Américain.
Américain. Ah ben ça dit.
Passeport avant là?
Oui. Non proche moi.
They asked for her passport. They asked her citizen situation, which is, by the way, she has to be very careful, because she's going on national television, and RNC is very national in Haiti. You have to understand, it's, a lot of folks watch this thing here. In fact, she's going on and saying, "Yeah, I moved back to Haiti, and I have no naturalization." Right? Because understand, Haiti, you do have to be naturalized. Now, the fact that she's born of Haitian parents, there is a process, but the process is it's not defined. The Congress, Haitian Parliament never passed the definitive process, despite the fact that our Constitution was amended to technically allow her to be a citizen. there's still a process she has to do. And so right now she's in this gray area where, she's going on national TV in Haiti saying that, she's moved back, but at the same time, she's saying for all intents and legal purposes, she's a American citizen, which they recently deported an American who was doing a lot of nonsense in Okai, right? So you can be deported. Anyways, let's keep watching.
Although m'a bien parlé là. Spécialiste.
Right, so that's for the passport. Rather, this is important because in past scandals, a tell sign of someone's lying is they don't have any proof of documentation, right? So this is why they're asking. I think.
Yeah. Comment on fait diagnostic pour lui? Personne ne parle ça.
Ok. Ça se passe pas au même moment.
À l'immigration.
Dans les deux mondes là. Oui. Ok. Mais des bons aigles là.
Bon aigle là.
Bon aigle là.
Bon zézin.
Ok. Bon. Non mais petit, ou pas qu'à venir dans le pays, ou pas une famille.
Moi, c'est tout mon Haïti, c'est famille. Si on a souffert Haïti, on a souffert tout. On a souffert toute vie. On pas arrêter États-Unis.
Okay. So what just happened here? She just said, the guy was like, "Listen, sweetheart, and this is she's enduring to petite, my daughter." She says, "Listen, my daughter," because he's viewing her as his daughter. You can't just come here to Haiti with no plans, no money, man. Just straight up. He goes, "No, I am a child of Haiti, and my Haitian people are suffering, and if Haitian people are suffering anywhere, I have to come, and I feel it. I have to come." Laudable sentiments. We Haitian also feel this very same way. It's naivety for me. Okay, let's keep watching.
Je connais ça qui a passé. Je ne peux pas arrêter les États-Unis.
Ça faut pas arrêter les États-Unis.
Parce que il y a une élection qui a passé. Et puis, je pense que l'élection a fait mon Haïti paysan souffrir pour un autre 50.
It says you can't stay in Haiti, in America, because there's an upcoming election, and I guess a bad outcome of this election will mean the people of Haiti will suffer further. So her one vote. Okay, let's continue.
Oui.
Ça t'a fait États-Unis.
Office de travail comme secrétaire.
Actually, what was she doing professionally in America? She was an office secretary.
Et puis, l'aime fin travail, me fait artisan.
And after work, she would be an artist.
Artiste ou fait tableau, chanter ou et puis?
Oui.
She would do tableaus and she'd write.
Ou pas compter retourner aux États-Unis?
Tout le monde me dit ça, je ne sais pas pour qui ça, je ne sais pas. Moi, je suis pour Dieu, je ne sais pas ça qui a passé.
Oui, non, mais on ne peut pas venir comme ça, sans pas gagner moyens, sans pas gagner famille, ok?
They say so, and you don't have any desire to return to America? And she goes, "I don't know why people keep asking me that." They repeat that you just can't come to Haiti with no money and no plans.
Avec un monde qui voulait des pays vraiment.
Aïe.
It's the aïe. It's the aïe. Okay.
Mais non.
Hein? Et est-ce que vous téléphone maman?
J'ai téléphone maman moi.
Téléphone pas.
J'ai téléphone mais pas de SIM.
OK, là on finit au café nous parler maman. Maman parle créole?
Oui, il parle créole.
OK, là on finit faire nous parler maman. Attendez, moi je fais un petit temps.
On peut.
Bonjour.
We're doing something a little different today. That was the segment, and I'm laughing, but I'm actually furious in actuality. Because yeah, it's very obvious. I mean, you know, this woman isn't all there. You know, it's just not normal for, you know, anyone, male or female, with absolutely no plan to come to Haiti, and then on a further level to come and basically beg. I mean, you know, it's a little more common than it should be for folks of the diaspora to come back, have no plan. But typically, when they have no plan, they at least have some minimum foundation to be able to figure it out as they go, right? But to have nobody, no family, no one, to move to Haiti right now with everything that's happening, right? And by the way, I saw some folks. Where is she? You know, so RNC, that radio station is in Port-au-Prince, right? And so chances are she's in Port-au-Prince, okay, somewhere, Delma, who knows, somewhere in Port-au-Prince. And we ain't talking about Cap Haitian, which is, I still tell folks you can fly into Cap Haitian, not know anybody, you know, book a hotel, have a great time. You know, Cap Haitian is still working from a touristic perspective at the moment. But we're talking about Port-au-Prince, right? And be so ill prepared that, you know, she's on a radio station begging for someone to assist her. And there is something beyond not normal. All right. But the point of why I'm sharing this is that she isn't that far away, right, from a lot of the folks that have contacted me. She isn't too far away from a lot of the folks I've seen who have come to Haiti and after a couple months returned with nothing but vitriol and the most vile things to say about the country and its people, right? Because of their poor planning and poor, because of the poor planning, right? Poor prep, right? And so it really encouraged me to really make sure I did a segment, you know, because I think I love my community very much. But I think the one critique I personally have of this community we built is that there's a very stark difference between being motivated and doing fantastic for Haiti. And there's another difference of really sticking your hand in a beehive, hoping for the sweetness of honey, but just being absolutely eviscerated by being stung. And there's been instances, even myself, I've struggled with what I'm doing here in the sense that I don't want somebody to go to Haiti and be hurt, right? And hurt in every possible way someone can be hurt, physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually. I don't, that's why I take so much time to do what I do and how I do it, explain how I do it, right? Because at the end of the day, someone going to Haiti because of something they've seen on SeeJeanty and then being hurt, that's yet to happen in the 5+ years that we've been doing this. And I don't want it to ever happen, right? And so that's where it's a push and pull, where the pull exists for me. Because I don't want somebody to go to Haiti and then they drive through Matissan thinking it's all willy-nilly and they're kidnapped. And it comes out that, oh, I had watched the SeeJeanty episode of Jacmel. I wanted to go to Jacmel. And now their family's paying a ransom. Right? And I've had folks pull me aside and say, Chris, you sure you know what you're doing here? Because, he's not, it's not, especially Port-au-Prince in certain places at certain times, it's not what it is. Right. And I've had that push and pull effect. That's why I've doubled down in making sure I explain there's a process involved with the move back and the transition back to Haiti, however it is. Number one, again, I'm not plugging. I promise you, I ain't plugging. But this book right here, one of the key reasons I wrote it was to provide a hard set guide and path for folks looking to transition. When I first moved, well, listen, my very first series, and it still exists online right now, and not everything I've discussed is still true. A New Palais series, episodes 1 through 10 or 12, was specifically to help folks looking to transition to Haiti and how to do it. We talked about power. We talked about, putting a plan together. We talked about how to register a business. We talked about so many different elements, finding housing. Like we talked about so many different elements, right? Where, I wanted to, I had found success in my transition, and I wanted to transfer that knowledge to others, because I truly do know that Haiti doesn't change until we rid a critical mass of Haitians who've successfully transitioned to Haiti and are involved in the country on different levels, and that dilution, can help with our progression. I feel that, otherwise I wouldn't be here, right? But we can only do that if we're actually successful, if folks actually come back and able to impact and stay for the rest of their lives and the rest of the lives of their kids. And that's why we do what we do here, right? I'll take an example just for myself, right? And folks know I've given this story a few times, but I just want to give it one more time. I didn't just wake up one day and move to Haiti. It didn't work like that, right? What happened was I was going back and forth. When I did decide, I really want to go back to Haiti. Well, first off, I'll be honest. That decision happened at 16 years old. At 16 years old, I was like, yo, I don't know where I'm going, but Haiti's gonna be involved, right? And I made moves from 16 on, right? I got my economics degree because I didn't know anything about anything, but I knew Haiti suffers from an economic perspective. I need to understand economics so I can maybe understand what Haiti's issue is. So I picked my degree based off of a desire to help Haiti. Honest, I swear to God. All right. And I don't regret it. I moved through college, my undergrad a year and a half, and then my graduate another year. So in 2.5 years, I had my master's, where most folks 2.5 years in are still in frat houses, picking frat houses and deciding on what they want to do. Make it very clear, I ain't smart. Right? I think if you guys follow me long enough, this ain't academia over here, right? We're well educated. Don't get me wrong, but we're not academia over here. God bless Edzer Emil, but we're not Edzer Emil. We're not Kesnel Ferral over here. God bless both, right? Why? I did this because I wanted to get in and out. I can't wait. Can't be wasting time. Haiti, can't wait. I couldn't wait personally to start making money, and I especially knew I wanted to bring my impact to Haiti as soon as possible. So I took an education first, and plus, I also say this: I didn't like school. I really did. So I knew the quicker I can pull that Band-Aid off, get done with school, and not look back, the better it will be for my mindset, my mentality, and just who I am. Pull that off. 2.5 years, we're done. No more school, right? 21, going to 21, 22 years old. I'm starting my professional career. Now, professional career, I don't know what I want to do, to be honest with you, minus moving back to Haiti. But I was like, you know what? On the same vein of economics, I'm like, you know what? Haiti has an issue with banking. Like, I know this. I don't know anyone in Haiti, from our conversation, who had a bank account. I don't hear any talk about the banking system doing anything positive in Haiti. Let me try to go into banking, right? let me go try to go into banking, right? And see, maybe I can learn some things in the banking realm that I can apply to Haiti. And so that's what I did. First job was a regulator working for the state of Florida, auditing banks. I was traveling the entire state, small regional banks, auditing banks. It's really interesting time because it was right after the banking crisis in 2008, 2009. So, the bank system was slowly starting to recover. And that's literally when I actually just got out of it, actually. And so I literally got in, and it was a mess, let me tell you. Being in the books of these institutions and being in the, it was pretty bad. It was gruesome. It's like coming to a crime scene, right? But very quickly I realized, I don't have an auditor's personality, as you guys can tell. Right? I wouldn't be able to do these sort of things, live shows, live streaming, and all that, and everything I've done if I had a true auditor's personality, right? So I realized I had more connection with the people on the other side of the desk, and so one thing led to another, and I found a program that was like a minority accelerator program that would have had me running my own bank branch in 2 years in Chicago. And lo and behold, me being me, about a year and a half, I was already running my own bank branch, right? So I moved to Chicago, and was doing that, did that. Eventually bought a home, did all that, but always thinking I got to come back to Haiti. In fact, even when I was in Chicago, I was very involved civically, and I still have a lot of connections from that time. So even when I was in Chicago, even though I moved further away, I connected myself in the Haitian community. There's Haitians in Chicago, believe it or not, and connected myself there into that ecosystem, right? And it was involved from that perspective. So after a couple of years in banking, I was like, I'm not using any of the higher level statistics and things of that sort that I could be using, because banking in America, quite frankly, it's a sales job. It's a sales job. You're selling credit cards, you're selling bank loans, you're selling commercial loans, you're selling bank accounts. It's a sales job. Don't let anybody tell you different. Banking in America is a sales job. Okay. And so I was like, I ain't using that stuff. So I, was able to transition into basically being an analyst, right? Where I'd work for, in my very first job, I was working for a VP of an aerospace manufacturing company, running analysis for their company, right? Using statistics to help smooth out their flows, their predictive flows, boring stuff. I won't bore you, right? And from there, I was like, okay, we're getting older. I got to start moving back on the game plan of Haiti. And so I moved closer to Florida. I left Chicago. And I love Chicago to this day. Chicago is truly my second city. If I wasn't Haitian, I'd probably still be in Chicago. Love the city to death. Moved back. And even then, before I moved back, I did a stint in France. Why did I do a stint in France? I needed to learn French. And my French had to improve. And I couldn't go to Haiti and not have a minimal understanding of French. Even though I took years of French in high school and even in college, but I didn't have any real world, really like real, again, in language, you don't really have that language until you're living in that country. So guess what? In between the move back from Chicago to Florida, I did a stint in France for the specific reason of I can't move back to Haiti without really having a solid base of French. Even though I don't today, I'll be in I'll be in Haiti. Somebody speaks French to me. I won't speak back to them just because there is an incredible classism when it comes to French in Haiti. And if you don't speak French exactly like a Zuzu, right, you are not looked up well. French is one of those languages where the effort doesn't matter, right? If you don't speak in a very specific way, you look down worse than a dog. So I make sure I don't speak it purposely. I'll flip and give them English. It just has a classist strategy, right? But I understand French. I can read it now. And before going to France and living there for about six months, I didn't. My comprehension was terrible, right? And that comprehension, it helped. So finally, I moved back to Florida. But at this point, this is where the rubber's meeting the road. This is where it's like, all right, because I'm probably about 27 at this point. I'm like, all right, time's a ticking. I am legitimately going to go. I'm going to Haiti. That's the decision was made, right? So, but here's the whole point of me telling the story. I was like, there is no way I'm going to Haiti without getting my situation in order first. At the time, I had student loans, a lot of student loans, like $50K plus. I had a car I just purchased, and that debt was up there, right? I had that, right? And in general, I just wasn't ready. I had no real savings to speak of. So I said, all right, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to take care of this, right? And that's what I did. So for the next 2 years, I worked my tail off. I'm talking, I had a job in the morning during the day, and at night I worked as an Uber driver. Yeah, your boy, I probably picked you up at one point if you were in the South Florida area. Your boy worked as an Uber driver during the week. During the weekend, the Instacart, the rates, the demand would go up because that's when people don't want to move and just order. I do Instacart on the weekends mixed with a little bit of Uber, depending on what's going on, right? Nonstop. I had a 2-bedroom apartment. You're gonna think I'm real crazy now. But I want to just show you the extent of which when I made a decision to transition to Haiti, this is what I did. And this is what you're going to have to do too. You're going to have to go and do some extreme stuff if you're serious. I had a 2-bedroom apartment. I always rented out 1 bedroom, right? But I was like, at this point, I was never home because I was working so much. So I was like, you know what? Why do I even have a bedroom? So I rented out my own bedroom. My own bedroom I rented out. And so I slept on my couch in my apartment, right? And not even a roll-out couch, just a couch. Because I'd leave at like 7, 8 a.m. to go to work. 5, I'd have to change a shirt in my car. And from 5 to about 9, 10 p.m., I'm working. I'm doing Uber. I'm picking people up, right? And so I get home about 11, and I'm just sleeping. I sleep until I wake up about 6, 7. I do it all over again. And this was my life for about 1.5 years. But that sort of work ethic and that sort of sacrifice allowed me to pay off $90,000 in debt. I don't think you heard me. I said $90,000 of debt wiped out 1.5 years. On top of that, that was just cash flow from working. I mentioned earlier on, I had a house in Chicago, sold that because I realized I'm not, if I had a house in South Florida at the time, I wouldn't have sold it. But Chicago's not in the picture anymore for sure. So the whole time I'm working, I had a house. The house was being rented out in Chicago to a fantastic family. I was very fortunate where I was able to sell that house to that same family. And I bought that house with like nothing down. This is back in like 2009. Folks were trying to give houses away. And I made in this 2009. And then when I sold it, it was like 2013, 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. And probably 2015. But house prices had rose tremendously. So I made a hefty little profit, right? Took half of that, added to the money I was saving to pay off, different debts, including the student loans. And I kept other half as actual money that I would need, to exist and do business and do whatever I had in my mind. I didn't know what it was at the time. So, but once I got there, all the debt was paid, and I had a little bit of savings, and not much, maybe 10, 15,000 in savings, right? I was like, all right, bet. Now, let's get it. But even then, I didn't just move to Haiti. For over a year, right? I winded down the work ethic. I was able to get an apartment, where I had my own room. Still rented out because I was a cheapskate, which is important to have. I didn't want to spend, So still had an extra bedroom rented out, you know, keep my rent costs super low. You know, had one upgraded in terms of the jobs, you know, I got a better job, you know. Started dating, you know, it's around the time I started dating my wife, who somewhat the woman would become my wife. You know, I started to live a little bit, but at the same time I was living a little bit, I was going back to Haiti, you know, building the network and connection, right, with my family that I had there, extended cousins, with people I was connecting with. I was going to, you know, different events that were happening at the time to network and get to know people, right? Get my name out there, understand who was doing what, listen to people, listen to elders, listen to people in the domain, understanding the culture, because I lived my whole life in America, and it doesn't matter where you live. I mean, heck, even in you know, the culture of I grew up in Pompano Beach, specifically in South Florida. Understand the culture of Pompano Beach and the culture of North Miami. You know, anybody would tell you Pompano Beach culture and North Miami culture are two different things, and we're up the street from each other. You know, and I'm not talking about moving to another country. So understanding the culture, right, would be imperative before I decided to do anything. So for over a year, I'm going back and forth. Every month, I'm doing a week. Every other month, I'm doing 2 weeks. Really getting my feet. And then, but most importantly, asking people, what are your problems? What's the struggle? What's the issue? With the intention of, I'm not going to Haiti to impose what I want. I want to understand what Haiti's problem is, so then I can create the right solution for it and see what I can provide to that problem to be successful. And so after about it was about 7, 8, 9 months, I figured out what I could potentially do, and that was a staffing company. Because from everyone who I've spoke to, I spoke with business owners, and they struggled to find good people. And the people and most people I spoke to couldn't find work. And when I say most people, I'm talking about qualified people with resumes that they worked for the UN, they worked for some of the larger companies in the domain. You know, they had degrees from Haiti, also had some secondary degrees from. I mean, you're talking about well-educated people with experience. I'm not talking about just the kid with no experience looking for work. I'm talking about folks with pedigree couldn't find work, right? I'm like, man, but yet those same people at that time, man, did you know such and such was looking for somebody like you, right? And so those through that research, I call that period of research period, I realized, man, there's a massive opportunity in staffing, you know. And at the time, I only knew of one that was being done by Haitian diaspora. And my understanding was she was doing well for herself, but there was still incredible space in that area, right? And there was others run by other people, but they were doing it very immorally, where they're charging the people looking for work for money, you know. And that's should be illegal anywhere in the world, but especially in Haiti, where you should not be charging those, and when you have 80% unemployment. You know, folks looking for work, and you don't even guarantee the work. You don't even guarantee the job. You just take folks for money with a promise. It should be illegal, right? So of course, I was like, I was going to do that. I'll only charge the employer, and when the match happens, right? And so when I decided to move to Haiti, I was crystal clear what I was going to do, right? So, you know, my girlfriend at the time, who's become my wife, I looked at her. It was one day, and I was like, it just hit like about 11 months going into. I looked at her with like great. I remember this to this day. You know, I was at my computer. You know, she was in the room. I looked at her and I said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm moving to Haiti." Right? And what do you mean you're done? Like, I'm done. I'm not spending any more time I need to get rid of my stuff. I'm moving to Haiti. And literally within that week, I made some moves. I called my landlord. I was able to finagle and break my lease. I got on Craigslist, took photos of all my furniture, started getting people to come by, pick them up, give me some money for that furniture. Like within, honestly, I want to say from 2 weeks from that decision point, my stuff was sold. I was out of my apartment, and I was en route to Haiti forever, right? Like fully being engaged and being involved in Haiti, which I have been to this day. And but that point didn't happen like that. That point was a crystallization point from all the years from 16 years old up until that point. And at that point, I was ironically, if I wasn't already 30, I was gonna be 30. So ironically, that woman I just showed you, she was 30 years old. So 30 years old is a very important number for a lot of people. You know, I don't know if, for those who aren't yet 30, you know, I'm sure everyone thinks, man, 30's forever. You know, when I was a kid, it's like, when I'm 30, I better have my life together. And then you realize you get to 30, you're like, holy shit, my life ain't together. So anybody who's over 30, most people will say, yeah, 30, that was the point I really had to self-evaluate, you know, because that's, you know, you're really down the road of life. And so, you know, that's part of the reason why it crystallized for me. But from that point, 16 to 30, that's all I was doing, was prepping to move to Haiti. And especially those last few years, I was in hyper-focus mode to move back to Haiti. Right. And then when I finally pulled the trigger, I was okay from a perspective of my finances. I had no debt. Nobody could in America, no institution in America could say I owed them a penny. Right. And I had a little bit of, nowhere as much savings as I could have, I should have had, but I had a little bit of savings to where I wasn't a burden on my family there. In fact, I chipped in a little bit. Right. Every month I chipped in a couple $100 for food, even though they understood. So they didn't charge me for rent or anything like that. Right, because I didn't have it like that. You know, when I moved, I didn't have a job. I didn't have, my business hadn't started yet. But I had a little something to chip in, something, you know, at least for the food, right? But from there, when I moved though, I immediately started working on the staffing idea, and that's a whole conversation for another day. But you know, suffice to say, one business grew and is still around. That business grew to another business, outsourcing, that's doing very well for itself. We have phenomenal contracts. We're employing 20 plus employees across a lot of different domains, which grew to, and SeeJeanty Media is doing its thing, and hybrid distribution is doing phenomenal, right? In the millions with a S asterisk to it, right? So we've done the damn thing throughout the years of us being there. But the foundation was built, right? The foundation was built from 16 onward, and especially the last 2 years. And that's what I need folks to understand when it comes to Haiti. You have to maybe not necessarily do as long as of 10 years I did, but at least those at least take a year or two and get yourself together. It's to the point now, honestly, I think folks who've been watching me long enough have seen the evolution and how I think about this. It's to the point now where I strongly feel many Haitians honestly should not think about moving to Haiti anymore, right? I am very strongly of the strategic mindset where I think a lot of us as a community, we need to do better where we are. We need to do a lot better where we are. A lot of us, we're not doing well income wise. We're struggling day to day, but yet we have an illusion that we can go to Haiti and help. The analogy that's very similar to this is, and we can understand this, you know, Haiti is not doing well. It's on a downward trend. It's like a plane that's falling, right? And when a plane is falling, what do? When a plane is falling, the first thing you do, and they tell you when that air mass comes up, you protect yourself, and then you can help someone else. But how can you help someone else if you aren't in a situation to help yourself? And this woman is really the case in point. She's not in a position to help herself, but yet she has this illusion that she can help others. And it's an illusion, right? That's a very polite way of me saying it, right? It's a disconnection. But I think the reason why I wanted to talk about this morning is because a lot of us share that illusion. And there's no way we can help Haiti if we haven't set up ourselves to help ourselves. And the story I just gave is a very individual story, right? And I can tell you, individuals don't change a goddamn thing. Communities do. Groups of people do. Movements do. And it's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, if Haiti's going to change, I cannot just be the only one to be successful. At the end of the day, I know it's going to be successful. Up or down, rain or shine, I was going to figure out a way to make it do what it do and be successful. If you just heard my story from age 16, you can tell I have that executional resilience to persevere through whatever pain, struggles that comes my way. There's no doubt in my mind I was going to find a way, however that way was, to be successful. That was never a doubt in my mind, ever. As difficult as Haiti is. What I knew, though, was me by myself wouldn't change a goddamn thing. That's why SeeJeanty Media exists, to show what I knew, to show what I was seeing from the beauty, the impact players, other people doing fantastic work, and then get other folks inspired to also change Haiti and do it the right way, right? So that's why the media piece really exists. It's that recognition that one person doesn't change anything. This woman believes she can change the outcome of a vote by herself. She said it. She said she wanted to come to Haiti and vote and help with the outcomes of the election. One person doesn't do that. Groups of people do. Do you understand? As a community, I think it's important to go back to the idea I was trying to get at, which was, I think the next best thing is, I live in Pompano when I'm in the States. I grew up in Pompano, and we have a tremendous community here of Haitians. I don't believe there's a single city commissioner that's Haitian that I'm aware of. I got to go check the rolls. I don't see a single city commissioner that's Haitian, right? I see plenty of churches. I see plenty of businesses. Great, this is fantastic. But I don't see necessarily the organization amongst the community here, right? I don't know of any Haitian developers developing property in Pompano. I don't. It's true for North Miami. It's especially true for Little Haiti. I don't see organization on a community level of Haitians working together to invest in our communities that we're in, right? The type of person I am, while I have all these things going on in Haiti, the arm I have in America, I am very much Pompano Beach. The export arm of what we do, our headquarters, our U.S. headquarters, guess what? It's in Pompano Beach. Why? I could have chosen to put our warehouse anywhere in Florida. There's more strategic places to put a warehouse, right? Doral comes to mind real quick. Davie comes around real quick because its proximity to the ports. The amount of warehouses, very well-priced warehouses that exist there. It's not that I couldn't put it somewhere else, but because I firmly feel my life philosophy has been to invest in my roots, my primary root being Haiti, but then my secondary root being Pompano Beach, the place where I grew up. I grew up a place that I actually know. I'm learning Haiti. I know Pompano Beach. I'm becoming accustomed to Haiti. To this day, 5 years in, I'm still becoming accustomed to Haiti. I know Pompano Beach very well. I know it well. You hear me? There's no learning curve when it comes to Pompano Beach for me, right? And this is why I have property in Pompano Beach, right? I'm doing my part. And one thing, if the dominoes can fall the right way and investments happen the right way it's supposed to in Haiti, I would love to have a real estate development arm in Haiti, in America, but specifically in Pompano Beach, where we're developing apartment complexes and other real estate for larger real estate projects in Pompano Beach. But I specifically would be more focused in doing it in the residential areas where I know Haitians are. and so I can provide housing to Haitians here in Pompano Beach. That's how I think about things. I don't, and the problem I feel with our community, who we are, no one's thinking of this. No one's thinking this way. No one's thinking this way. So when I am putting out a criticism, understand that criticism is first reflected to me, but I'm immediately, even before saying the criticism, I've been working on how to change it in my own personal life, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say, y'all need to do a better job in supporting the communities where y'all come from without having to have done it for an extended period of time for myself. And that's where we win. When you look at other groups, Nigerians, I know it's very tiring to say the Jewish people, but Jewish folks have done a fantastic job of winning where they are, right? And then using those winnings to impact their country of origin now, right? You look at Asians have done the same thing. They've some of the most affluent groups, and when I say Asians, not just Chinese, Japanese, etc. Indians have done fantastic for themselves, right? And they've done it as a community, right? Little China, I don't see any gentrification happening in Little China, in Little Hong Kong, right? I don't see it, right? Why? Because their kids first and foremost get a fantastic education. Education is the stalwart. Yeah, myself, I took that very serious. And then as you progress through your career, you invest. You invest in your area. You make sure you own your block, right? No one else should be owning your block, right? I don't understand how we can rep Little Haiti when most of Little Haiti isn't owned by Haitians. We have a little community center there. Folks do little rah-rahs and little concerts. And we call, why do we still call, they want to call it Magic City. Let it call it Magic City. You cannot impose what you want on something that you don't own. Go own it, right? And so that was a point of me not taking the day off today, seeing that and expressing the importance of if Haiti is what you're going to do, plan it out over years and do it the right way and go with the plan, build a network. We talk about that in the book. Build a network and then execute. But even more so, part two, probably, if and when I write a part two to the book, it's not going to be 101 ways to make money in Haiti. It's going to be 101 ways to make money in the Haitian community that you reside in. Because I strongly feel that today. To this day, I strongly feel the most of us, especially my audience who watches me, your biggest impact is never going to be Haiti. I know it's surprising to say, but that's the reality. Haiti's not easy. Haiti's very difficult, especially if you don't have the connections. I didn't have connections. I just so happen to have, cousins who weren't completely destitute, right? They weren't part of the bourgeois class, that's for sure. They just got folks who were working very hard. Just so happened to have an apartment that they built, well, a townhouse, and then I was able to reside in that townhouse, for zero to nothing. And that is a super uncommon, privileged situation. I don't even hide that, right? Not everyone has that super privileged situation where they can transition despite all the planning, but also get a little bit of seasoning of luck. That's involved too, right? Anybody who says they've gotten the mountains of success just through hard work and you guys can do it too. Nah, bullshit. We're gonna run away. They're full of shit. It takes a seasoning of luck, right? Right, and a good heaping of your network, which is why I always talk about building a network up. Your network assisting you, right? Not everyone has that. Even after work, may never get that. But you have a network where you reside right now. You watching me, wherever you are watching me, if you're watching me from Orlando, if you're watching me from New Jersey, if you're watching me from Canada, you have your network right now. You grew up there. You have, and your friends are Haitian. What's stopping you from after this live making a phone call and say, yo, bro, what's up? Hey, listen, man, you got a couple $100, right? Yeah, you got a couple $100 in your shoebox, right? I got a couple $100 in my shoebox. I can call Johnny, Jean, Michel, Wowo, Junior. We all put our couple $100 together, right? And then that dilapidated house down the street. Yeah, that house that's been just sitting. You know the one. Every time you guys visit me, you make jokes about it being, damn near a haunted house year round. Yeah, let's buy that. Let's buy that. Let's go ahead and fix it up. And we can either sell it, we can make it a permanent Section 8, but we try to, if we're going to sell it, maybe sell it to a Haitian. If we try to keep it, it's purposely look for Haitians, looking for housing right now. And then we keep doing that. And you build your capacity, you build your wealth up. And I'm not talking fairy tales, man. Believe it or not, hyper distribution, we've done the success that we've had because when I was out here hustling, going store to store, the people who were most apt to help me were Haitians. There are Haitian market owners, there are Haitian wholesalers, and the success of hyper distribution exists because of the Haitians already in that domain. I know we like to say Haitians don't help each other. That's bullshit. That's something we gotta stop that. We gotta stop saying that because it's not true. It's not. Are you serious enough for Haitians to help you? I'm gonna say it again. Are you serious enough for Haitians to help you? They will, if they see you're serious enough. It starts with you, right? Have you put in the work? Haitians will help you. Haitians help each other. That's the truth. But not enough of us have made the necessary actions, put in the work to allow Haitians to help you, right? You're not gonna, Haitian isn't gonna help you just because you have an idea. Most people aren't. Haitian will help you if you come in with a shirt that says hyper distribution, really nice. You come in with products that you've already brought in, right? And you say, here, we're ready to go. Here it is. This isn't an idea. Plug in. What's up? You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. And the more glad you plug in and help and build that network. I am a big advocate of that. And I think you can probably expect within the next 5 years that I'm going to have to write a second book that specifically talks about us Haitians doing better where we are. Because that is the point when we are a power broker in our communities and we're able to funnel money to influence things in Haiti from a political perspective. When we're power brokers, because we've done so well economically here where we own and we can influence politicians here to do things to help Haiti instead of hinder Haiti, right? Much like there is no American government who would dare cut financial aid and support for Israel. You understand? We have to get to that point as well, right? That's when Haiti changes. When we do what I've done so well here, where we are, here being Canada, here being Pompano, Jersey, etc. Right? I think I've pounded this home, right? Pounded this home, right? Enough to that I think you guys get the idea. God bless this woman. God bless her.
Bonjour.
Moi,
elle est lovely. Je chercher aide pour me rester Haïti, pour me.
God bless lovely. Hope she does well. She's not unattractive. So, I think the very first comment I saw when I put this video up, what was the first comment? She said, "Come to OCOP." I would have let her stay with me. Fire emoji, right? So, I'm sure she'll find the help she's looking for. But I will bet a lot of money that her story will end the way I've seen it end for so many others, which is they're going to come back in 2-3 years and say Haitians are so unfriendly, unhelpful. They're the worst. They all want something. They won't assist. The most vitriol comes from people like her who came to Haiti unprepared. You don't come to Haiti looking for work. You need to come to Haiti either providing work or providing other opportunities, teaching opportunities, healthcare opportunities. You don't come to Haiti looking to take money and a working opportunity from a native Haitian who doesn't have the academic background you have, the access to international capital that you have. Right? That's the biggest, honestly, I can't stress that enough. You as an American citizen, your biggest delta, Z factor, difference that you have is that assuming you have good credit, that's why you got to take care of yourself. You don't have to ever go or even think about, first off, Haitian banks don't work. They don't work. They don't, right? When you go and get a credit line in America, they don't ask you what you're going to do it with, especially if it's unsecured, right? You don't really care. You can do whatever you want with it, including your activities in Haiti, whatever that is, right? Just the fact that you can play capitalism the right way. Capitalism played the right way is what? With capital, right? And you have access to capital. So you can be a true capitalist, okay? The fact that you can do that, that is the advantage you have versus Haitians. Even the bourgeoisie Haitian, a good chunk of them, you're better off than them because they themselves don't have access to capital. They have, lucky for them, they have generational wealth that they leverage from their grandfather and father to do things with. But a lot of them, believe it or not, don't really have access to capital like we do as Americans with like nothing, no generational wealth, right? That's why it behooves us, because the reality is that, and listen, I say this because I'm in a similar boat. A lot of us, so understand the structure of Haitian society. Since 1804, even to today, there's a very small, well-off class in Haiti, less than 5%. And then that's it. And then there's those who aren't doing very well. You classify them as poor. And then there's the absolute destitute. 5%, 80% destitute, right? That big tranche from the 5% on never had bank accounts, never. I mean, they had businesses. I'm talking about Madame Seaz. They had buy and resell activities, and shouts out to IT Tune. Thanks for the donation. I'm gonna read your comment in just a moment. Thanks for that. We don't come from a capitalistic. I mean, our culture isn't capitalistic to begin with, right? Just our culture probably is more. Gosh, there's a term for that. Conbit, right? Our culture is more conbit-ish. We kind of help each other. We have a very communal culture, to be quite honest with you. But it's not really capitalistic in terms of lending money, lending funds. We do have the thing called because that's how we live. Gosh, you know, when everybody, like there's 5 folks, everyone give 200, and each person takes that full pot. See, everybody can write it down for me in chat, but we do have some elements of it, but it's not institutionalized in other, like the way other cultures have it, right? And a lot of us just don't come from that background. We don't come from that. We don't come from that where, you know, we get educations on credit and things of that sort. So a lot of us are learning it, or at least our parents came here and didn't have it. It's on us. It behooves us to learn it. It behooves us to kind of get into that. Yeah, susu. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's there's another term for it too. But susu, I think I've heard it being used as well, right? Sol. Thank you, Gregory Pierre in the house with the layup. Sol, actually, thank you. We have Sol, right? So we're not completely devoid of, you know, elements where we help each other out financially, but again, it's not really surcharged in the way it could be. And so just the fact that we come from a place where we can borrow money, right, and then can use it for our endeavors, that puts us, we're working with gas, we're working with gasoline. And we have to realize that we're working with gasoline. And we need to take advantage of that gasoline for all the different things we want to do in Haiti. It may be as simple as just wanting to build your own property. It may be more extensive as, you know, a venture, or, you know, starting a school or something healthcare. Leverage that. So, I mean, that I think I really belabored this point at this currently. And I think we're at a point where we belabored it, but I think, you know, God bless her. God bless Lovely. And don't be lovely. Don't be lovely. Okay. Let me read the comments. Let me grab this one first. With your economic experience, why don't you build a diaspora collaborative money transfer app similar to Coco Pago? Okay, I've never heard of Coco Pago. We use funds for infrastructure. So within the next 3 to 5 years, you know, right now the focus is hyper distribution, making sure we are extremely dominant in the space we are, and we're getting there. Still have some ways to go, but we're getting there, right? Because hyper distribution is to be the case study of what happens when the Haitian diaspora put their money together and do fantastic things. And to be quite blunt, we raised $130,000 to $150,000 of straight diaspora investment, right? To do what we're doing right now with Haitian hyper distribution. And I think in the next 3 to 5 years, I would love to do something additional, going back to the Haitian diaspora and say, hey, we've done this, we provided this much dividends, you know, we're secure. I would love to put a fund together, and that fund would specifically look for opportunities like the one IET's Tunes is expressing. That might be something you might be interested in. Maybe we invest in a app, even though I feel like there's many, right? I think there's, you know, Tap Send. Digicel has their own iteration of being able to send money, you know, but then of course you're in competition with Western Union, you're in competition with Uni Transfer, you're in competition with Cam Transfer. I sort of feel like the space is inundated with established transfer carriers, or with much more infrastructure in Haiti at the moment than what someone would have to build and scale into, and very expensively, right? So I'm not too bearish or bullish. I'm not too bullish for that particular business idea, but we consider it, right? Or maybe invest in one that's already established, right? And push that forward. We'd be open to it, right? But I think my the way I really want to answer that is I am seriously considering a way indeed to, collaboratively put money together to do impact for Haiti, right? But yeah, thanks for that comment, Haiti Run. Let's see what other comments are here. Just make sure I didn't miss any questions. Again, you sell coffee. We do sell Rebo coffee, Johnny Blaze. No, she didn't. She didn't watch SeeJeanty, and that is, listen, guys. I see this little thing that's please share the live. Maybe if y'all share the live, she would have got it, and she wouldn't be making a fool of herself on Haitian national TV asking for help. So y'all share that blame. Share the live. The content's here. To prevent other Haitians from doing the same mistakes, you have to help me. Please share the live. Get the word out. There's a resource here for people just like her. Share the live. Please. All right. Let's see what else we got in here. A lot of responses to her and what she money and plan is a must. I agree with you. Listen, I can't applaud her. I can't. Doing things without a plan and failing, you're doing not only yourself a disfavor, your family, your future kids, but you're doing Haitian diaspora a disfavor as well by providing those you're dealing with in Haiti of the negative experience. Do you understand? Like, I think the larger consequences, both individually for this person and the larger situation of her and the trail she's going to leave as a Haitian diaspora coming in, right? I don't think I can applaud her. It's not an applaudable action to come to Haiti and not have any plan, not have any money, and not have any way to move forward. I can't applaud that. It's like saying I would applaud somebody for jumping into a bear's den. Think about it. It's like I'm applauding somebody to jumping into a gator's niche. Oh well, but come on, she's at least brave, but she's gonna do harm to herself irrehensibly. Right? I can't applaud that, guys. I can't. Interesting comment there. Something to think about. This is James Lubin. Great comment there. Right? I agree. It's David Mitchell isn't lying. Technically, is a refugee, a self-made refugee, but refugee nonetheless. I agree with Pelin Bonby there. Thank you, Victor, for giving me a little more confidence on that on that front. Much appreciated. Thank you, brother. I would take that compliment and run with it. Appreciate it. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see here. Blue Ganzi says, I think the priority should be mobilizing and developing our own country in Haiti, not the U.S. Emphasize on mobilizing. Get out the weakest links. All right. Let's see what Ganzi has. A few things. Let me see. I'm Jamaican. There's a lot of bad news and misinfo about my country. I see the misinfo here and some of the live chats, Haitian diaspora. And we don't know our infrastructure. Rubbish. The good news is flying under the radar. Jamaica has been doing much better and growing. We have been acknowledged by IMF, Bloomberg, and let's see what else. Violence is trending down, even though they don't tell you so. One of the reasons is because local and diaspora focusing on developing here and are working with the government, right? And also he puts, we have our own floating dock, logistics is growing, and we're planning on into shipbuilding, our BPO like software is growing. I don't think, I think what he said here with the info in the live chats from the Haitian diaspora, I don't, I think Jamaica is a fantastic is doing fantastic, right? For a country led by an African diaspora, people, I think is doing great. I don't have real criticism for Jamaica. I mean, obviously, we will very often say here, the crime stats are higher in Jamaica than in Haiti. We'll say that often to defend ourselves from the general crime stats in Haiti. But is that going to stop somebody from going to Montego Bay, or where's a nice place? Where's a nice place? All the resorts. Is anyone stopping their vacation? They're not, because despite whatever the crime stats are, trending down, whatever it is, blue guns, right? There's crime there, right? But no one is not going to Jamaica because of the crime. It's almost irrelevant, whatever the crime stats are. I think Jamaicans hear us Haitians saying that, and then Jamaicans feel a particular way, which they should. It's their country, and no one wants to hear it being talked about badly in whatever way. But I think Jamaicans also have to realize no one is not coming to Jamaica, whatever the news is. They're coming to Jamaica. Once their ticket is purchased, right, and that's in a tune because the Jamaican government has done things to isolate, insulate, and prioritize the safety of those tourists, of which Haiti hasn't, which is why Haiti, despite its lower crime stats, right, a touristic person could be affected, especially those coming through Port-au-Prince. And the infrastructure is such that you have to come through and go through very, very high crime areas, much higher crime areas than the average of Jamaica, right? Because typically we're talking about averages, country averages versus country averages. But as you know, there's specific places that are exceptionally high, right? And you don't necessarily have to drive through or go through those high crime areas in Jamaica to go to the nice places. Whereas in Haiti, you have to, right? So I don't see why Jamaicans should feel a certain way when we talk about that, right? It's all said and done. I think certainly there's a lot of things we Haitians need to take from Jamaica and improve, right? And I think that's as much as I'll say about that. But I don't think generally I don't really generally see a negative conversation about Jamaica. I think the other thing that was mentioned was, big critique is people say Jamaicans don't own Jamaica. Capitalism. Anywhere where you see the economy doing well, you hear that. You hear that in Dominican Republic. You hear that in Puerto Rico. You hear that in many of the U.S. Virgin Islands. You hear that in Bahamas. Anywhere where it's actually where the country is doing decently for itself, you hear that criticism. Oh well, your people don't even own most of your land. And capitalism. The capacity for people to easily invest in your country, right, and take on ownership of land, and then invest and do things with that land has a direct benefit back to that country. And I think that is something that Haitians really do need to move away from as a criticism we throw to other countries, right? Because the fact that most Haitians own Haiti isn't necessarily a good indicator, because it's just so damn hard to own land in Haiti. Even as a Haitian, to buy land, it's damn near a Herculean task to do that. And so, we got to get better. We got to get better on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I really don't own too much. A lot of the bigger things that are going on our own from other folks. But that isn't necessarily a bad thing, is what I'm trying to make you understand. Right. Hold on, let me fix my IG stream real quick because I'm getting low battery alerts. All right. But yeah, thanks for that commentary, Buganzi. Certainly, that's certainly, I think, something we can talk about one day as its own live stream, comparing the economic. I might be even an own video I do standalone that's talking about the progress of Jamaica versus Haiti. We should revisit that. We should certainly revisit that. Let's see. Yes. Thanks for other folks who are telling me solo. Thank you guys. It was certainly soul. Right. Let's see. She's probably CIA. Hey, listen, that's not a good. You know how many folks who alluded that I'm somehow connected to? No, don't throw that. Don't throw that around. Not even a joke. Not even a joke. But yeah, there is a lot of CIA in Haiti, though. I can tell you. That's when the Jovenel thing happened. One of the first articles that came out was how like half of the suspects were like FBI informants. And that's one reason why it was so slow. They couldn't be arrested, or it was so slow to be arrested, or things were moving so slowly in terms of the investigation, because the majority of people who were being identified as FBI informants and maybe other types, right? CIA is hyper. You won't hear that someone's a CIA informant per se, but certainly we'll hear that anyone's an FBI informant, and they can't. And so yeah, there is. There is. We're not naive here on this side. You know what I mean? We're not naive here. You know what I mean? That's something that we can look into. This investment fund can certainly look into making sure that our homes are indeed green and sustainable. Right? I've been looking for sustainable homes to highlight on SeeJeanty. I haven't really run across them, right? But there is interest. Right? No, that's not. Nah, Peterson, that's not. I mean, they go with but they have this woman literally has no one, right? When these quote unquote white folks go, they don't have not anyone. They have a church that's already there, that's going to give them housing that free, that's going to pay for their food. Maybe they provided something for the food to be taken care of. They're not. They have a plan. They have infrastructure to find. In fact, they have too much infrastructure, right? To depend on to do well and not have to go. They've already done their asking in their church before leaving, and they have resources they're coming with, right? So I don't agree with that comment at all. There isn't any way I agree with that, right? Yeah, this is this is going back to Jamaica. Yeah, I mean it's very well documented. There's a lot of there's a lot of civic issues in Jamaica right now related to ownership of land, especially along the beach. So that's why that's a fact. We're not going to dispute that. But what we need to recognize, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It actually is an indication that their economic system is working. That somebody who doesn't know anything about Jamaica can just very easily invest there, right? And that's where we need to go to. Believe it or not, we need to go there too. In Haiti, it's a whole. You shouldn't need to read a book on 1 ways to invest in Haiti to be able to invest in Haiti. You should be able to just wake up one day and like, you know what? I got $100,000. Let me go on a website real quick. Okay, this is a really nice property, and buy it like you're buying something on Amazon. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, we need to be there. Not being there in 2023 is a reason why Haiti is in the situation we are. You know what I mean? Let's see. have you encountered an industry in which we can collectively focus as a people and have an edge on? I mean, we're doing very well in exporting. You know what I mean? We're doing pretty well in exporting. I think any industry has the capacity in Haiti to do well, and collectively. I mean, listen, that's right there. I wrote a book on that. There's 101 different opportunities that can exist. Just work together. Get that group who's willing to act, and then you guys vote on the idea that speaks most to you in terms of your backgrounds. By the way, I love the comments today. By the way, guys, I love the comments. Right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. So great comments. I appreciate it. And we do have lots of commentary right now that I can certainly appreciate. But yeah, I think I certainly, damn it, I did it again. I did it again. So I have 30 minutes, quick 30 minutes. I'll be in and out. Some quick updates. The canal, the Kenya. Let's talk about Kenya first. There's been some pushback in the Congress, Parliament. Well, first off, the courts. The courts have put a injunction until 24th of October that no police are allowed to actually go to Haiti. The government, when I say the government, the executive branch of Kenya are saying, yeah, we're still going to move forward, and they're prepping, they're training, they're doing things to get ready for it. There is a necessary vote, from my understanding, a necessary vote for Parliament to authorize it. Even if they don't, will the executive branch of Kenya still push forward anyways? Probably. I don't think the UN seriously accepted them without understanding that the executive branch would have had a way to execute this no matter what, right? So listen, anything can happen in the world we live in today, but I strongly am confident that I'm not going to be doing a live stream explaining why Kenya has backed out. We're all pretty sure it's going to happen despite these delays. But there has been pushback. A lot more folks are talking about it on IG, right? A lot of more folks are talking about it on IG, or on X, on Twitter, on television over there. There's a lot of back and forth happening right now, within society in Kenya about why are they actually doing it. And so it's just interesting to keep an eye on, keep watching that and watching those debates, and really at the core of it, a lot of folks are asking, what is Kenya really going to do? What could Kenya do in the 9 months to a year that they have authorization, that the United Nations, backed by the US and Canada and haven't been able to do in 20 years? That's a fair question. And Kenyans want to know, right? I totally forgot to take a look at IG comments, actually. My bad. All right, let me take a quick glance at that. Gotta give IG some love. How about I was talking about that lady who was asking. That's this Nikki Ming mentioned prone of the diaspora to invest in the northern part of Haiti. I mean, that's probably something we're going to do in this investment fund. We're eventually going to do investing in different parts of the country, right? Already, I was involved in an investment group that invested in Jacmel. They started a chicken farm and a industrial bakery, which I helped put on 2 feet, and certainly doing more of that is something we're going to be doing amongst ourselves for sure. I was not talking about Dr. Bertrude. Bertrude is a friend of the podcast, friend of the show, none but love and respect. And she's not someone who's going to wake up one day and do something unplanned. We're talking about a woman who was on RNC, Radio Caribe. Her name was Lovely, and she was begging for help as someone who left America and had no plan or anything. So that's what we're talking about there, right? Okay, I think that's most of the comments there. All right. So Kenya is coming. There's a little bit of conversational pushback happening in their society, happening in their parliament, happening within their courts. But I don't foresee any scenario where they don't come. Right. And in fact, they're going to be sending information teams, I guess you can say, within the coming weeks to scope out and plan the execution of what's happening. So it's happening. We talked about it last time. There's somewhere around 11-ish countries or so. I got to take a look at my notes, but there's quite a few countries who are involved and who are themselves also planning and preparing to come and participate. Right. And that's for the canal. As you know, the Louis Abiner went ahead and opened the border just for trade. They don't want y'all Haitians coming through. He said keep y'all Haitians where they at. Okay. He doesn't want us. He just wants our money. Right. And on top of that, another thing people aren't talking enough about is the fact that he's limiting specifically what can be said. He's not allowing concrete, he's not allowing rebar in certain technology. I don't know if it's like laptops but technology isn't allowed to be traded. Right. That said, what's been happening last month, and what's going to happen further, the contraband market has seen a spike in activity. Right. Because at the end of the day, when you limit the legal avenue for something to happen, it will happen illegally, right? And so my understanding is the contraband market has grown, and it's not really good because when you give criminals the ability to make more money in different ways, they're going to make more money in different ways, and that's not really a good thing long term, right? Especially since we know gangs were using that as an avenue already, and that's one reason I think perhaps kidnapping has went down. Because they're making more money contrabanding right now, right, than having to kidnap, right? And so I don't, trading one bad thing for another, because empowering gangs is not at all what we want to do in any form, right? And Haiti has always had an issue with contraband, and right now it's even more so. Right. But yeah, the trade has partially opened. Wanamet, the folks in Wanamet have, my understanding, is still closed. Wanamet has still closed their side of the border. Respect, from a symbolic perspective, it's respect. I think we have to make those points and those stands. It's really important because we're adults. We're a sovereign country. We have to be respected as such. And the canal work has continued. It's continued, right? And I look forward to visiting personally myself and documenting that the SeeJeanty style. So look out for that. It's going to happen in December, FYI. And that's really the two big updates I wanted to provide today. And of course, talking about this lovely person. So that's where we're going to end the live. Just shy of 2 hours. Damn it! I did it again. I was trying to avoid a 2-hour stream, but you guys got me. You got me again. In any case, those who missed the first part of this live stream, it's going to be saved. It's recorded. You can go back and rewatch it at your leisure. I certainly appreciate the comments and everything everyone that dropped and adding to the part of the conversation. We don't necessarily have to agree, but certainly I think the knowledge share is what matters most than anything. Per usual, just know a lot of the products you see behind me there, and even more, you can go to Amazon right now, and this link that I'm dropping, you can go and check out the products. They all come out of Haiti. The stuff with and just know, as you make a purchase, you are supporting, Haitians in Haiti. You're supporting producers. You're supporting, job creation. You're doing your part when you make a purchase, right? So let's keep going in that route, right? This book that you see behind me, you can get it over here, SeeJeanty.com/shop, right? You can go ahead and take a look at that, buy your copy. I think maybe somebody buy a copy and figure out a way to send it to our good friend Lovely. I tell you what, I will personally send her this copy that's right. If you don't see this book next episode, it's because I sent this copy. I'm waiting for a replacement copy. I've sent this to Lovely. I found her information and I was able to send it to her. But anyone else, send her, get her this copy. Get her a copy of this book, right? Okay. Private WhatsApp group, of course. A lot of stuff we talk about. We talk about all the time in our channel, 24/7, 7 days a week. Do hope to find some of you guys in this channel. It's a way to support. It's a small monthly fee, small donations. It's a small monthly donation tip jar to help support us what we do here at SeeJeanty. We have entire infrastructure and we have employees, and so your contributions do help in continuing with what we're trying to do here. So thanks in advance. And on top of that, you get back because you're plugging into a network of folks who are doing fantastic themselves and are always open and help and assist each other. So do join that. And of course, finally, hybrid distribution. Do check out the website if you're interested in becoming a wholesaler and just keeping tabs on how we're growing, how we're moving. Feel free and check out the website. Right? So that is where we are at, on this 15th of October. And I am going to enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you can do the same. All right. We'll be back at it again when we're back at it again. Peace.